Welcome to Proofless, the true crime podcast that plunges into the depths of America's most confounding unsolved mysteries, cases where the evidence is fragmented, the leads are tantalizingly elusive, and the truth remains just beyond our grasp. I'm your host, Anna Berger, and this is our 18th episode, a milestone that fills me with profound gratitude for the incredible community of listeners we've built. Your emails, your passionate discussions on social media, and your thoughtful engagement on our website are the heartbeat of this show, driving us to illuminate stories that demand justice. Your unwavering dedication to seeking answers for those lost in mystery inspires us every day, and I can't thank you enough for joining us on this relentless pursuit. Today, we're diving into a case that has haunted a California college town for nearly 3 decades. The 1996 disappearance of Kristin Smart, a 19-year-old freshman at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo who vanished after an off-campus party, leaving behind a trail of cryptic clues and a suspect who has eluded justice. Presumed murdered, her case remains a quintessential proofless enigma defined by a lack of physical evidence, a web of unanswered questions, and a family's tireless fight for closure. So, settle in for a deep dive into a story that lingers in the coastal hills of San Luis Obispo, resonating with anyone who seeks the truth. Let's set the scene. It's May 1996 in San Luis Obispo, California, a picturesque college town of about 40,000 nestled between rolling hills and the Pacific Ocean, 200 miles north of Los Angeles and 150 miles south of San Francisco. Known as the happiest city in America, San Luis Obispo is a vibrant blend of historic charm and youthful energy, with its Spanish Mission, bustling farmers market, and tree-lined streets filled with coffee shops and bookstores. California Polytechnic State University, Cal Poly, with its 17,000 students, is the heart of the town, renowned for its engineering, agriculture, and architecture programs. The campus, set against the backdrop of the Santa Lucia Mountains, is a sprawling mix of modern lecture halls, red brick dorms, and green quads where students gather to study or toss frisbees. In 1996, San Luis Obispo feels like a safe haven. Crime is low, with petty thefts and noise complaints from student parties dominating police logs. The community trusts its police, and students roam freely, day or night, enjoying the coastal breeze and the sense of freedom that comes with college life. Kristin Denise Smart, born February 20th, 1977, is a 19-year-old freshman at Cal Poly, majoring in communications with dreams of a career in broadcast journalism or international relations. With her long blonde hair, blue eyes, and striking 6 feet 1 inch athletic frame, Kristin is a standout, confident, adventurous, and warm. Raised in Stockton, California, about 250 miles north, she grew up in a supportive middle-class family. Her parents, Stan and Denise Smart, are both high school teachers, fostering a love of learning in Christine and her 2 siblings, Matt and Lindsay. A standout swimmer and water polo player at Lincoln High School, Kristin was also a member of the debate team and volunteered at a local animal shelter, reflecting her compassionate nature. She chose Cal Poly for its coastal location, academic reputation, and vibrant campus life, moving into Muir Hall, a freshman dorm, in August 1995. Kristin embraced college, joining the hiking club, attending lectures at the Performing Arts Center, and making friends like Cheryl Anderson and Margarita Campos. She loved exploring the Central Coast, often hiking Bishop Peak or biking to Avila Beach, and was known for her infectious laugh and habit of calling her parents daily to share updates. Kristin's first year at Cal Poly is a mix of excitement and adjustment. Her grades are average with a B- GPA, and she's considering switching to psychology, drawn to its focus on human behavior. She works part-time at the campus bookstore, saving for a planned trip to Europe in 1997, and enjoys the social scene, attending parties and concerts in San Luis Obispo's student-heavy neighborhoods. Kristin is casually dating, with no serious boyfriend, and keeps in touch with high school friends, including a former crush, Chris Lambert, no relation to the podcaster. She's independent but cautious, always sharing her plans with roommates or her parents, a habit instilled by Stan and Denise, who worried about her safety in a new town. In early May 1996, Kristin tells her mother about feeling overwhelmed by finals and homesickness, but she's excited about summer plans, including a lifeguard job back in Stockton. On May 24th, 1996, the Friday before Memorial Day weekend, Kristin is wrapping up her freshman year. Finals are over and the campus buzzes with students celebrating. That evening, she attends an off-campus party at a rental house on Crandall Way, a quiet street a mile from Cal Poly, hosted by upperclassmen. The party, starting around 9 p.m., is a typical college bash. Loud music, Nirvana and Sublime blaring, red Solo cups, and about 50 students dancing and drinking. Kristin arrives around 10 p.m. with Cheryl Anderson and Tim Davis, friends from Muir Hall, wearing a black crop top, red shorts, sneakers, and a silver ring her mother gave her. Witnesses later describe her as cheerful but drinking heavily, vodka and orange juice, unusual for her typically moderate habits. By 1 a.m., she's visibly intoxicated, stumbling while dancing and needing support from friends. She tells Cheryl she's having fun but wants to head back soon. Around 2 a.m., as the party winds down, Kristin prepares to leave. Cheryl and Tim offer to walk her back to Muir Hall, a 15-minute walk, as she's unsteady and slurring her words. They're joined by Paul Flores, a 19-year-old Cal Poly freshman from Arroyo Grande, a nearby town. Flores, with dark hair, a medium build, and a reserved demeanor, lives in Santa Lucia Hall, another dorm. He wasn't invited to the party, but arrived late, around 1:30 a.m., and was seen lingering near Kristin, offering her drinks. Witnesses later say he seemed overly attentive, though not aggressive. Flores offers to join the group walking back, claiming he's heading to his dorm. The quartet leaves Crandall Way around 2:10 a.m., heading north along California Boulevard, a dimly lit street lined with student rentals. At a fork near Santa Lucia Hall, about 200 yards from Muir Hall, Cheryl and Tim part ways, believing Flores will walk Kristin the rest of the way. Flores later claims he left Kristin at the intersection of California and Perimeter Road near a campus gym around 2:30 a.m., saying she seemed capable of walking alone. She's never seen again. When Kristin doesn't call her parents on May 25th, Stan and Denise grow concerned. She misses a planned lunch with Margarita Campos and a phone call with her brother Matt. Her roommate, Rachel Turner, notices Kristin's bed is untouched, and her wallet, ID, keys, and phone, left charging in her room, are still there. On May 26th, the Smarts contact the Cal Poly Police Department reporting Kristin missing. The campus police, led by Lieutenant Mike Hitch, initially treat it as a runaway case, assuming a college student might have left for the holiday weekend without telling anyone. The Smarts, frantic, drive from Stockton to San Luis Obispo, pressing for action. By May 27th, the San Luis Obispo County Sheriff's Office, under Sheriff Ed Williams, takes over, classifying the case as a missing persons investigation with possible foul play, given Kristin's reliability and the late-night circumstances. The sheriff's office interviews Cheryl, Tim, and Paul Flores, the last people to see Kristin. Cheryl and Tim confirm the timeline, noting Kristin was intoxicated but ambulatory, and they trusted Flores to escort her. Flores, interviewed on May 28th, says he walked alone to his dorm after leaving Kristin near the gym, claiming she was fine despite her intoxication. His calm but evasive demeanor, avoiding eye contact and giving short answers, raises suspicion. His dorm room in Santa Lucia Hall is searched with consent, revealing nothing incriminating but cadaver dogs, brought in on May 29th, hit on a faint scent near his mattress. No physical evidence, blood, DNA, or Kristin's belongings, is found, and the hit is deemed inconclusive. The dogs also search Muir Hall, the Crandall Way house, and nearby fields, but the trail goes cold. Kristin's dorm room shows no signs of a struggle, and her bank account, with $200, remains untouched. Her phone, a Motorola Flip model, shows no outgoing calls after May 24th. The San Luis Obispo community mobilizes. Cal Poly students, faculty, and residents distribute flyers with Kristin's photo, a smiling freshman in a swim team jacket, across the Central Coast, from Pismo Beach to Santa Barbara. The Smarts offer a $25,000 reward, later raised to $100,000, funded by community donations and their savings. The Tribune, San Luis Obispo's newspaper, runs daily updates with headlines like Cal Poly student missing after party. America's Most Wanted airs a segment on June 15, 1996, generating 800 tips, sightings in Monterey, a suspicious man at a nearby bar, a woman resembling Kristin at a Las Vegas bus station. None lead to her. The sheriff's office organizes searches of Bishop Peak, Los Osos Valley, and the shoreline at Avila Beach using helicopters, ATVs, and volunteer teams. But no trace of Kristin or her clothing is found. The investigation zeroes in on Paul Flores as the primary person of interest. Partygoers report he was hovering around Kristin, offering her drinks and following her as she danced. A female student, Sarah Miller, later tells police Flores made her uncomfortable, staring intensely and asking personal questions. Flores's past includes a high school incident in Arroyo Grande, where he was disciplined for harassing a female classmate, though no charges were filed. His roommate, Scott Wilson, says Flores returned to their dorm around 3 a.m. on May 25th, seeming jumpy and taking a long shower, but offers no alibi. A search of Flores's family home in Arroyo Grande, 10 miles from campus, on June 1st, 1996, finds no evidence. In 1997, ground-penetrating radar scans the backyard, detecting a 4-by-6-foot anomaly under a concrete slab, possibly a disturbed area. A 1998 excavation, approved by a judge, uncovers animal bones and roots, but no human remains or DNA. Flores, who dropped out of Cal Poly in 1997 citing academic struggles, moves to Los Angeles, working odd jobs and refusing further interviews. Theories proliferate, each steeped in ambiguity. The foul play theory points to Flores, suggesting he assaulted Kristin after Cheryl and Tim left, possibly in his dorm or a vehicle. The cadaver dog hit, though inconclusive, supports this and his inconsistent statements. He initially said he left Kristin at 2:15 a.m., later changing it to 2:30 a.m., fuel suspicion. He passed a 1996 polygraph, but polygraphs are unreliable, and his refusal to cooperate after 1997 deepens distrust. A random predator theory considers San Luis Obispo's transient population, with Highway 101 a corridor for travelers, but the lack of witnesses on a quiet campus street weakens this. A voluntary disappearance is explored. Kristin's homesickness and academic stress are noted, but her close family ties, scholarship, and packed dorm room with clothes and toiletries for the weekend contradict this. A human trafficking angle tied to California's coastal highways is investigated but lacks evidence. Some speculate Kristin wandered off and succumbed to exposure, but the urban setting and her intoxication make this unlikely. The absence of a body, murder weapon, or definitive crime scene makes the case proofless. In 1999, a tip about a buried backpack near Bishop Peak prompts a search with cadaver dogs, but it's unrelated. In 2001, an anonymous letter sent to the Smarts, postmarked from Fresno, claims, "Kristin's gone. Don't look anymore." It includes a detail about her red shorts, not widely publicized, but yields no DNA or fingerprints, leaving police to debate if it's a hoax or from the perpetrator. The sheriff's office investigates local sex offenders, including a man seen near Crandall Way days before, but his alibi, working a night shift, holds, and his DNA doesn't match samples from the dorm. The FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit profiles the perpetrator as a male, 18 to 30, likely a student or local with predatory tendencies, possibly socially awkward but capable of blending in. The profile aligns with Flores, but also hundreds of others, making it hard to narrow suspects. The Smarts become relentless advocates. Stan, a stoic educator, and Denise, a passionate advocate, established the Kristin Smart Foundation in 1997, funding missing persons searches and campus safety programs like escort services and self-defense classes. Their website, kristinsmart.org, becomes a hub for tips, maintaining the $100,000 reward, still active as of July 2025, per a Tribune report. They appear on Dateline in 1997, 2020, and 2000, and 48 Hours in 2017, pleading for leads. Their persistence inspires the community. Cal Poly students organize annual vigils, and San Luis Obispo residents donate to the reward fund. The case sparks California's Campus Safety Act of 1998, mandating better coordination between campus and local police and training for missing persons cases. The Smarts hire private investigator Lisa Torres, who focuses on Flores' movements, tracking his post-1996 jobs in Los Angeles and San Diego, but finds no concrete evidence. The case becomes a true crime phenomenon, amplified by the 2019 podcast Your Own Backyard, hosted by Chris Lambert, unrelated to Kristin's friend. The podcast, with over 15 million downloads by 2025, rekindles public interest, uncovering new witnesses. A Cal Poly student who saw Flores staring at Kristin at the party, a neighbor who heard a commotion near Santa Lucia Hall around 3 a.m., and a coworker who claims Flores bragged about making a girl disappear in 1997. These accounts, though circumstantial, prompt renewed scrutiny. In April 2021, the sheriff's office arrests Flores for murder based on witness statements the dog hit and his inconsistent timeline. His father, Ruben Flores, is charged as an accessory, suspected of helping conceal evidence. A 2022 trial ends in a hung jury, with jurors split 10-2 for conviction, citing the lack of a body or DNA. A 2023 retrial acquits Paul Flores, as the defense argues reasonable doubt due to no physical evidence, devastating the Smarts. Ruben's charges are dropped. The Smarts file a civil suit against both in 2024, ongoing as of July 2025, seeking damages for wrongful death. San Luis Obispo's sense of safety is shattered. California Polytechnic implements ID checks, security cameras, and mandatory escorts for late-night walks. Muir Hall residents form a safety committee, and the university funds a Kristin Smart Scholarship for communication students. Online, Reddit's R Unsolved Mysteries and web sleuths buzz with theories. Flores' guilt, a possible accomplice, his father or a friend, or a cover-up by Cal Poly to protect its reputation. Some point to similarities with the 1995 disappearance of Rachel Good in Santa Barbara, but no links are confirmed. A 2019 tip about a landfill in Atascadero prompts a search with ground-penetrating radar, but nothing is found. In 2020, a hiker finds a silver ring near Madonna Mountain, resembling Kristin's, but it tests negative for DNA. Advances in forensics offer hope. In 2024, the FBI retests the cadaver dog-hit mattress from Flores' dorm using genetic genealogy, but contamination and degradation yield no new profiles. A 2025 sonar search of Lopez Lake, 12 miles from campus, based on a tip about a submerged vehicle, finds only debris. The emotional toll on the Smarts is profound. Stan, now in his 70s, tells Dateline in 2024, "Kristin's our fighter. We'll never stop searching for her." Denise, a breast cancer survivor, speaks at colleges about campus safety, sharing Kristin's story to empower students. Matt, an engineer, and Lindsay, a nurse, honor their sister through charity runs and advocacy for missing persons laws. California Polytechnic dedicates a memorial garden near Muir Hall, where students leave flowers annually. The community's response is heartfelt. San Luis Obispo residents hold candlelight vigils, and local businesses display Kristin's photo, urging tips. The case's proofless nature, no body, no murder weapon, no definitive DNA, keeps it a haunting enigma, a wound that refuses to heal for a family and a town. The investigation has faced criticism. The Cal Poly Police Department's initial dismissal of Kristin's disappearance as a runaway delayed critical action, with the sheriff's office not involved until 48 hours later. The failure to secure Flores' dorm room immediately allowed potential evidence to be cleaned or removed. The cadaver dog hit, while compelling, was dismissed by prosecutors as too weak without corroborating DNA or blood. Early interviews with partygoers were incomplete, missing key witnesses who surfaced years later via Your Own Backyard. The focus on Flores, while justified, may have limited broader searches, such as canvassing Highway 101 truck stops or nearby construction sites. The 1998 excavation of the Flores backyard was rushed, critics argue, with only 1 day of digging, potentially missing deeper evidence. Kristin's public persona as a vibrant freshman adds complexity. Her height and athleticism made her noticeable, possibly attracting unwanted attention. Friends recall her receiving flirty comments from male students, which she brushed off, and a diary entry from May 10, 1996. Notes: "Some guy at the library keeps staring. Annoying, but harmless." The party's chaotic environment, alcohol, strangers, no security, created vulnerabilities, a factor in many campus disappearances. The Smarts advocacy has highlighted these risks, leading to Cal Poly's Safe Walk program, pairing students with escorts after dark, and a statewide push for better campus police coordination. The case's true crime legacy is immense. Your Own Backyard has been pivotal, earning a Peabody Award and prompting the sheriff's office to reopen the case in 2019. The podcast's detailed reporting, interviews with Cheryl, Tim, and Flores' acquaintances, uncovered inconsistencies, like Flores' claim of a black eye from basketball days after Kristin vanished, contradicted by friends who saw no injury before May 25th. Online communities dissect every detail: the dog hit, the backyard anomaly, the Fresno letter. Some theorize Flores' father helped dispose of Kristin's body, possibly in a landfill or rural property, while others suggest a second person at the party was involved. A fringe theory posits Kristin left voluntarily to escape academic pressure, but her packed dorm, scholarship, and family closeness debunk this. Recent developments keep hope alive. In March 2025, the Sheriff's Office, under Sheriff Ian Parkinson, partners with the FBI to research the Flores property with advanced ground-penetrating radar, detecting a smaller anomaly near the 1998 site, but excavation is pending a warrant. A 2024 tip about a construction site near Cal Poly, active in 1996, prompts a dig, but only debris is found. The Fresno letter, reanalyzed with AI handwriting tools, matches no known suspects. Ex-users and TikTok creators post Kristin's photo with a 2025 claim of a sighting in Santa Cruz debunked by police. The Smarts civil suit against Paul and Ruben Flores seeks to uncover new evidence, with depositions ongoing. The impact on San Luis Obispo endures. The Kristin Smart Foundation funds scholarships and safety initiatives, ensuring her legacy protects others. Stan and Denise, both in their 70s, remain resolute, with Denise telling the Tribune in 2025, "Kristin's spirit drives us. We'll find her." Matt and Lindsay speak at vigils, urging students to stay vigilant. Cal Poly's Memorial Garden, with a plaque reading, "Kristin Smart, forever in our hearts," is a place of reflection. The case's unanswered questions. What happened after 2:30 a.m.? Did Flores act alone? Where is Kristin's body? Cement its proofless status, a mystery that haunts a family, a campus, and a nation of sleuths. That's all for the 18th episode of Proofless. Kristin Smart's disappearance is a tragedy that shattered a community's trust and left a family in perpetual search for answers. If you have information, contact the San Luis Obispo County Sheriff's Office or visit kristinsmart.org. Share your thoughts on our website or social media, and join us next time for another journey into the unknown. Until then, keep searching for answers.